Topping today's news, officials await the autopsy for the 3 children that died the first 3 days of the year. The PLP Candidate Selection Committee has its hands filled with the selection for the Southern Shores constituency, and the Free National Movement chairman shares his thoughts on the crime statistics from 2025. Good evening, Bahamas. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jarino Saunders. It is a pleasure to have you join us. While both opposition parties have named most of their candidates for the 2026 general elections, the PLP has only named 14 candidates. In December, PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell said the party intends to name its full slate of candidates before the end of January. One of those constituencies where a candidate has yet to be named is Southern Shores, currently represented by Leroy Major. On Monday night, at the party's headquarters, there was an opinion poll to determine who would get the nomination between popular newcomer Clint Watson or party veteran and deputy chairman of the PLP, Obi Roberts. Supporters for both men were boisterous and clashed in a war of words outside the headquarters following the poll. The one to get the nomination will face the FNM's Donnelly Penn Mackey and the Coalition of Independents' Kirk Farrington. PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell declined to comment on that polling process on Monday night. Also on Monday, we told you that police are investigating the deaths of 3 small children who died in separate incidents over the first 3 days of the year. On Monday, while at the Princess Margaret Hospital, the Minister for Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, was asked to share his thoughts on the 3 incidents as investigators await the results of their autopsies.
I want to say that the instances are unrelated. The instance in Eleuthera, a child was playing and collapsed, and so an investigation is ongoing. That's a sad situation. And then there's been a report of a child who presented to the accident emergency in a very difficult state. But it's important for the general population to know that the cases are unrelated. And so it's important for us to get all of the pathological information, the pathology reports, so that we can begin now to speak definitively to each case.
The health minister wanted to dismiss a false narrative spreading around the country that there may be something spreading in the air in the country that is detrimental to young children. Meanwhile, Managing Director for the Public Hospitals Authority, Dr. Aubinette Roll, gave an update on those autopsies.
I know that an autopsy was underway for one child. The other child, I think, still needs to go the process of identification because we were over a holiday. However, once we have that, that is laid over to the family members first, before that even goes out to the public. And then we'll be able to release that because it then becomes public documentation. We have spoken with the pathologist. I've also met with family members today about some concerns expressed with a real definitive way forward.
The first incident happened on New Providence New Year's Day in Pinewood Gardens. Police said a 7-year-old girl became unconscious after reportedly eating food at home around 6 p.m. The second incident happened on January 3rd on Eleuthera, where a 10-year-old boy was at a park in the Blackwood community playing with other children when he collapsed. The final incident happened right here in New Providence on Saturday around 3 a.m. when 2 children ages 3 and 4 years old reportedly became ill while at home in Nassau Village. Both children were transported to the hospital by their mother, but the 3-year-old died. Crime in the Bahamas has shown a sign of decline in 2025, particularly when it comes to the significant decrease in the number of murders, with 83 recorded this year, down from 117 in 2024. However, Free National Movement Chairman and candidate for the Bamboo Town constituency, Dr. Dwayne Sands, says no one should mistake that for mission accomplished. Dr. Sands says every life saved matters, but warned that a single statistic does not mean communities are safe or that the system is fixed. In a statement, he notes that crime trends can shift quickly if weaknesses in policing, the courts, and forensics are not addressed. Looking to 2026, Dr. Sands is calling for clear priorities, timelines, and results, saying Bahamians want action, not announcements. He argues that sustained safety will require smarter policing, faster justice, and real accountability across the entire system. In recent times, an increase in carjackings, described by police as armed robberies, has become a cause for concern, along with an increase in a number of sexual assaults or rapes in 2025. The Royal Bahamas Police Force is expected to release a comprehensive review of the 2025 crime statistics sometime in the first quarter of 2026. Finally, in this segment, the Public Hospitals Authority is highlighting a major step forward in eye care through the Brightness Action Initiative, a vital health partnership between the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Public Hospitals Authority, and the government of the People's Republic of China. Launched to address visual impairments and restore sight, the initiative is also delivering major cost savings for the government, while ensuring patients who once had to travel abroad for care can now receive treatment right here at home. PHA Director Dr. Obanet Rowe says the timing of the program is especially critical.
In terms of cost saving, I look at it as really trying to help the patients, but I think this is timely because Minister would have spoken about the other initiatives that we would have had, in particular the ones at Cuba. And what this has done is to allow those persons, based on their inability to now have at home, in country. But I say this is timely simply because the PHA would have just received funding to be able to upgrade the eye ward and the theater. And so what this has done is to allow us now to start off freshly, but also because of our partnership, the Chinese has also allowed us to retain some of the equipments that they have bought. And so I really think it helps the government from that perspective in cost savings.
7 medical professionals from China are here in the Bahamas to facilitate the program, including 4 doctors, 2 nurses, and 1 engineer. The Chinese medical team is working closely with Bahamian healthcare professionals to deliver surgical care, beginning with pre-screening of patients.
It's my great pleasure and my honor to be here again in the Bahamas. The hospitality and the people, the nice people here will keep us want to return. And we have a medical team of 7 members, 4 doctors, 2 nurses, and 1 engineer. They're working right now in the theater. So we are about to do the pre-screening and examination on 200 to 150 patients. Hopefully we can do the surgery in 200 patients if everything goes smooth.
The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Dowell, says the Brightness Action Initiative represents more than a short-term medical mission. It is an investment in sustainable health care, improved training, and enhanced surgical capacity for the country. You're listening to JCN TV News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.